For decades, Greenland was a frozen afterthought, a massive island most of you couldn't point to on a map. But right now, the United States, China, Russia, and Europe are locked in a quiet scramble for it. The reason isn't just what's on Greenland, it's what's happening to it. Because as the ice disappears, an entirely new geopolitical battlefield is emerging beneath your feet, and it's happening faster than most people realize. Greenland is the world's largest island. It sits between North America and Europe, covered by an ice sheet holding enough water to raise global sea levels by 7 meters. For most of history, this ice made Greenland strategically irrelevant. Too frozen, too remote, too expensive to exploit. But climate change is melting that ice faster than scientific models predicted. In the last 2 decades alone, Greenland has lost roughly 5 trillion tons of ice. And this is where things get complicated, because what's emerging beneath isn't just rock and tundra. Underneath Greenland's ice sits one of the richest concentrations of rare earth minerals on the planet. Elements like neodymium, dysprosium, and praseodymium that are essential for electric cars, wind turbines, smartphones, and military hardware. The stuff that makes modern civilization function. Right now, China controls about 70% of global rare earth production. If you want to know more, watch our video Why the Next Global Crisis Won't Be About Oil. If Greenland's deposits become accessible, that monopoly breaks. And you can imagine how much that shifts the balance of power in global technology and defense. We're talking about who builds the batteries, the weapons, the infrastructure of the next 50 years. But minerals are only part of the story. As Arctic ice melts, new shipping routes are opening up, routes that cut travel time between Asia and Europe by weeks. Whoever controls access to these routes controls trillions in future trade. And Greenland sits right in the middle of them. Geography turns into leverage. Greenland also sits at a critical choke point for military strategy. U.S. early warning radar systems in Thule Air Base monitor Russian missile activity across the Arctic. If Greenland fell under another nation's influence, America's northern defense perimeter would collapse. That's not speculation, that's geography. China has been investing heavily in Greenland's infrastructure, funding mining projects, airport expansions, and research stations. Russia is expanding its Arctic military presence with new bases and icebreakers. Europe sees Greenland as a hedge against resource dependency. And the US, which once tried to buy Greenland outright in 2019, is scrambling to reassert influence before it's too late. In 2023, Greenland's government approved its first large-scale rare earth mining project backed by international investors. Within weeks, diplomatic delegations from Washington, Beijing, and Brussels arrived in Nuuk, the capital. These weren't courtesy visits. They were negotiations over the future of global supply chains dressed up as partnership agreements. Meanwhile, Greenland's population is only 57,000 people. Most are Inuit, and they're watching foreign powers compete over their land while they struggle with housing shortages, limited infrastructure, and the psychological toll of a rapidly changing environment. The people who actually live there aren't passive bystanders in this. They're deciding what happens next. And their choices will ripple across the entire planet. What's unfolding in Greenland isn't just about ice or minerals or shipping lanes. It's a preview of how climate change will redraw geopolitical maps across the globe. As temperatures rise, frozen territories that were once inaccessible will become the next frontiers of competition. And probably conflict. Not everywhere at once, but in the places that suddenly matter. And this is a bit concerning because the same forces that are opening up Greenland, melting ice, rising seas, shifting ecosystems, are destabilizing the rest of the planet. You're watching nations fight over resources unlocked by the very crisis that threatens our collective survival. The irony would be funny if the stakes weren't so high. So where does that leave you? Greenland is no longer just an island covered in ice. It's a test case for how we'll handle the geopolitical chaos of a warming world. Whether we cooperate or compete over what emerges from the melting ice will define the next century. And that choice isn't being made by distant politicians in some far-off future. It's being made right now, with you watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and make sure to leave a comment below. See you in the next video. Stay curious.